Yo, what's up, tubers? How is everybody doing out there in the world today, in this COVID-19 world? Anywho, starting staying here back with another one to give my 2 cents. All right. Earlier today, I was just looking at a clip on YouTube. Just browsing around looking at random stuff, and I saw this a panel of women. Some of you may already seen it. It's a panel of I guess black women. Sound like they were from the UK, and they were pretty much having a discussion about whether men should have the right to walk away from their kid, from their unborn child and the baby mother, if they do not wish to be a father. Having that choice. And many of you may know this, but for some recent years, the long running argument is pretty much that should men have the same equal rights that women have to abort their kid? Abortion. Let's just use the word abortion. Women have the right to abort their kid when they don't want the kid. But if the woman does have the child, the men have to pay. Some would argue, is it fair? Is it fair to force a man to be a father financially? And others would say, yeah, it is fair because, you slept with the woman, you were careless, so you had to take care of your responsibilities. To that degree, I understand. But is it right that before that child is conceived, she already knows he has no intentions of having kids? If she tells him that, yes, I'm under the pill, there's a 50-50 chance that she could be lying. And okay, months later, she ends up having this kid. No, she ends up saying she's pregnant, and then she goes through with the pregnancy. After knowing this man has no intention of having kids, is it fair for the man to still have to be financially tied to another life that he stated in the beginning that he did not want? Not to call some kids accidents, but let's just be very honest. There's a lot of oops or babies out there that are, whether we like it or not, that's how it happens. You meet a pretty young woman, or from a woman's perspective, you meet a handsome guy. The night goes really, really well. Things get heated. And for whatever reason, not enough blood is up top here to think, hey, I need a contraceptive. Or in her case, hey, did I take that pill earlier like I thought I did? And you just want to, from a male perspective, you just want to drive in some guts. Or I'm assuming from a woman, you just want to ride the shaft. Or whatever chicks say to their female friends. But anyway, for many, that's a touchy subject. To me, I feel for a woman, under the circumstances of rape, you should always have an abortion. If a man forced himself on you and it produces a pregnancy, you have every right to abort. Now, outside of that situation, if you meet a guy for a one night stand, or hell, if it's a friend you've been cool with or an associate that you've had for a year or two, and y'all finally hook up, and he tells you that, hey, I don't ever plan on having kids, I just want to do this for our fun, and you knew that beforehand, I personally don't think, from the woman's perspective, you should be trying to pressure this man to take care of a kid financially, because Now you're putting a responsibility on someone that they do not want, and by not wanting to step into those shoes, my belief is if your heart is not into it, you're going to end up possibly messing up this kid in some way, because you're going to always see that child maybe as a mistake. And although you don't come out and say it, your actions will show through your interactions with them as they grow up. So from that perspective, I understand where some men might say, bump this, I'm out, I don't want to deal with the mom, you kind of just ruined all my fun, when all you could have done was, just, some people don't like this term, but I take care of it. Get the abortion, move on, get back on your pill, and, just be careful next time. Because the way I see it, any woman could go up to a man and say, yes, I'm on the pill, blah, 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 let's do this, you don't need no condoms, just trust me. They can say that. But how only an idiot would actually run with that story from that woman and believe that she's telling the undeniable truth. In my opinion, homie, look, bring all your condoms, bring a whole box, fresh, open it in front of her, make sure that, use your own condoms. Not to say that she might be poking a hole in hers, but for your comfortability and clarity of when things could go wrong, you need to know that you took every measure possible to take care of yourself. Go get yourself a box, and you open it right then and there. Don't take none from her, especially if it's a woman you barely know. Now, unless you already got it, snipped years prior, all right, you home safe. You could be driving in Susie, Sally, the whole block, because you ain't having no kids. But if you haven't had that procedure, gents, wrap it up. If she says she's taking a pill, cool. Don't take it for face value. Still use a condom. Now, if it's so, yes, to get back on track, I don't think it's fair for men who don't want to be fathers, that had already stated their intentions in the beginning, that they just wanted to have casual relations, to be forced to be dads. That's just me. I know others not gonna like it or agree, but fuck it, tough. That's a reality. Because the way I look at it is like this. To all my feminists out there, I'm on your side, trust me. You want equal pay, you want equal rights above in the laws, cool. But men also want the same thing too, whether you care to hear it or not. We usually tend to desire the same things equally. And if you truly know what the difference of equal means, it means 50-50 across the board. You have 50%, I got 50%. If you have 100, I have 100. We could go back and forth on this all day. Equal is equal. If you have 2, I got 2. We're equal. So that's pretty much my stance on it as far as that's concerned, because and here's the thing. It's an uncomfortable conversation, but it's one that needs to always be had. And I think if a woman has the right to choose to abort her kid, and the father may say, no, I want to keep this kid. The thing with women has always been my body, my choice. Cool. I don't know who started this next phrase, but it makes perfect sense to me when you really think about it with an open mind. From a woman's perspective, my body, my choice. From a man's perspective, my wallet, my choice. If I told you in the beginning what this arrangement was, stick to it. Nothing will be changed. Now, if it is a man who wants to step in and be there for the kid, and he wants to own up to that responsibility, great. But I think in the beginning, what needs to start happening is every child that is born, it doesn't matter if the couple is even married, there needs to be a mandatory DNA test after the birth. Soon as that child is born, if you want to wait a day or two before you draw blood from them, take a DNA test. Make sure that is the child. Make sure that is your child that you will be financially responsible for up until. Because I feel like once we start doing that, it can nip out all this stuff of, oh, she told me it was my kid, but then 2 to 5 years later, you found out that, John is not yours. Or, Cassandra is not your daughter that you've been taking to school to. You've seen her graduate from kindergarten and, a 5th grade, and now all of a sudden you got to explain to this little girl, a little boy, that, hey, mommy lied to me 8-7 years ago, so I'm just have to drop you off at your mom's and walk away. Which in some cases, men who do that, if you do that, I don't blame you at all, because, the chick lied, you believed her, and you found out years later. Take care of that shit in the beginning at the hospital. I don't give a damn how long you knew that woman. I don't care if you've been married for 2 years and y'all trying. Still, get those blood tests in. Take that test. So before you even sign your name on that damn birth certificate as the father, to ease your mind that this is your child. The test was ran. You were there when the test was being administered, and you got those stuff in. Oh, yeah, I got paint all over my damn shirt. This is one of my painted shirts. I'm comfortable now. But yeah, man, get those tests in. Too many men out here are being careless. We need to go back to spending money on condoms. We need to go back to being responsible in the beginning. We need to go back to trusting our gut instincts versus a nice piece of ass that we just want to smash that night or over a course of time. And then when we're caught off guard, we're thinking, but I thought you was on. No. If she tells you one thing, you need to know for yourself. But I always had protection, and as far as I know, with you and I, it never broke. And trust me, if you do that, you should be good. You should be gravy like an old lady. But yeah, if a woman is looking at a video and you might be upset, that's the reality of this situation. The 21st century, there's going to be a lot of stuff we got to pay attention to, not just as men, but as women, and to break the cycle of bringing all these damn kids into this world, into broken families. Now, if you're a woman and you're a man and you agree to have this kid together, you have the DNA test at the hospital to know that, okay, he is the father, fantastic. You can start from there because you already have an understanding as to how the family dynamic is going to work. But if you're just trying to throw a baby on any old boy that come through, especially the ones that already come from a good family and have a good head on their shoulders, I'm sorry, those girls to me are trifling that shit. If you know that the dude you fucked and is the actual father, get his ass in to take the DNA test. Stop putting these damn kids on men that you know are not the father, but because he's already financially set. He's strong-willed. He takes care of his house. He has all this stuff in order for himself. Now you want him to be the damn father of your kid. No. Call the other dude and let him take care of responsibilities. And if he don't want to take care of your kid, then don't put it on the other guy, because that's kind of fucked up. But I know me saying that's not going to do much of anything. But anyway, tell me what you think. This is just me. Give my 2 cents. I'm out.